Now then, calm yourself. What's your name, lad?
Freddie Payne, sir. Constable Hatching sent me. Said to fetch Detective Graham right away.
I'm Detective Graham. What's this about a murder?
A woman, sir, in a blue dress. She's dead in the alley of Wentworth, behind the Porky Pie.
Well then, off we go.
Excuse me, Detective. Do you mind if I go with you? Porky Pie is my beat.
Lead the way, Freddy.
I said to find 1 copper. Extorting the 3, I'll raise the price.
You'll get another when we reach the Porky Pie.
Yes, sir.
You look familiar. Freddie Payne, is it?
Yes, sir.
I've come across a Martha Payne a time or two on my beat. She works as a laundress. You know her?
My mom's never committed a crime.
Oh, I apologize, sir. I didn't say that she committed a crime. I just like to get to know the names of the people that are on my beat. I do. Your mum's a good mum.
Stay back, stay back. Even so, no blood. Best guess she was strangled.
We don't know for certain until Dr. Peabody inspects the remains. Observe the scene?
She has not been touched since we arrived, other than to check for a pulse. But there's no telling who was there before us.
Keep an eye on the people, Merriweather. Watch for anyone acting unusual. Yes, sir! What do you see, Sergeant?
Appears to be in her 20s. I'd say Hutchins is right. Looks like she was throttled.
Ask around inside the pub, Constable. Learn who has the key to this door and if anyone noted anything suspicious.
Yes, sir.
Do you think the killer escaped through the pub?
If so, he either had a key or was assisted by someone inside.
Here, sir. I insist you move aside directly.
You have to stay back, ma'am. You have to stay back.
I'll handle this, Constable. Detective Jonathan Graham at your service, miss.
Sophie Bremerton.
How might I be of assistance, Miss Bremerton?
Thank you, Detective. This man refuses to let me past.
With good reason, miss. This is an active crime scene.
Yes, I realize that, Detective. It's the reason I'm here.
Stand aside, Constable.
Oh my, do you know her name?
Nope.
She's so young.
Was young. So tell me, Miss Bremerton, is this what you hope to see? Is it tragic enough for...
Good to meet you, Sergeant. Will you suppose what happened to this poor woman?
Oh.
She was strangled. That's our guess, miss. The doctor will know for certain.
How terrible.
Yes, it is, as I told you, a crime scene. A murder scene. Of course it is not pleasant. Now, if you're quite done...
She didn't intend to go out of doors. I think she wears no hat, no gloves.
They may have been stolen.
But not her ring? I don't think it is very valuable, but it is surely no more so than a pair of gloves.
Perhaps the thief did not see it in the dim light. At this point, we can't rule out any possibilities. Now, if you please.
The gown is very distinctive, custom-made raw silk with Brussels lace, but it was not sewn for this woman.
How do you know that?
The sleeves are too short, and of course the tournier is all wrong for this skirt.
Tonya, miss?
The bustle.
You mean the contraption that makes a hump on a lady's bum?
I suppose that's as good a description as any.
And how can you tell she was wearing the wrong bustle?
You see here, the rear of her skirts have been dragging. The proper tournier would have lifted the hem off the ground.
So we can assume the woman purchased the gown second-hand without the proper underclothing. While it is interesting, it is not unusual.
I agree, Detective, but the dress such as this, its value is very dear. I believe it was made for last year's season. The collar design and the colour were the very height of fashion, and the basque-style overskirt had not yet been replaced by a polonaise. If we discern where the dress is from, or how she came to be wearing it, perhaps it would lead to her identity.
Obviously that is... What are you doing now?
It'll be dark soon, Detective, and it looks like rain. I intend to document as much of the scene as possible. Would you move your lantern closer?
Sir, look here. The back of her heels are scraped.
She was dragged here.
How do you do? I'm Dr. Phineas Peabody. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Sophie Bremerton, and the pleasure is mine, Doctor.
Very nice. Okay, what do we have here?
We believe the victim was strangled.
Bruises on her neck, Doctor.
Skin's cold. Yeah, she hasn't been dead very long. This definitely could indicate asphyxia. Have you finished your initial examination of the scene, Detective? Might we turn her over?
Yes.
Hold the lantern for me, dear. Let's see. Look. Petechial hemorrhaging. Another sign of asphyxia. No defensive wounds.
You think she did not resist her attacker?
It's impossible to say. I'll know more once I examine her in the morgue. She's got soft hands. A gentlewoman, perhaps.
I considered it, but her clothing and jewelry would indicate otherwise.
Well, that's your area of expertise, not mine.
How long has she been dead?
I'd say maybe 2, maybe 3 hours at the most. Thank you, my dear. I'll let you know my findings.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes.
We'll interview potential witnesses looking into the lady's identity and hope the doctor is able to find anything on the body to give us directions.
Very good. And as far as the gown?
That's enough. Listen, Miss Pemberton. I've had quite enough of your thrill-seeking. This is a police matter. It is not your place to advise my sergeant on police procedure. Nor, for that matter, should you travel in this part of the city alone.
But sir, I'm not alone. My carriage driver is just...
Go home, Pemberton. Make yourself a nice cup of tea. You've had sufficient adventure in the rookery to earn the envy of your friends.
Detective Graham, I resent your invitation.
Constable, see that Miss Pemberton gets home safely, and then you take her lunch, Janet.